I am joined by Eastern field hockey coach Abbey Kemble. Abbey, thank you for taking a couple of minutes today to talk with us.
Of course. So happy to be here.
Abbey, I know you played as a defender at Susquehanna. You also spent some time at SWAT as both an assistant as the interim, if I'm remembering correctly. Now you are going to be the head coach here at Eastern, taking over for the great Cameron Azzarano. Kind of talk about that transition and what that has been like to become the head coach and following in the footsteps of such a great coach as Coach Azzarano.
She's not daunting at all whatsoever. But yeah, definitely, she's left a legacy here, and I joke with every one of my players and even our recruits that come on campus, that scoreboard haunts me. But, it's definitely an awesome transition, an exciting one, and really one that we're, trying to take full opportunity and advantage of. So super fun just working with the girls, obviously as the assistant last year, and now kind of, being able to call the shots on my own is definitely something that's different. But super exciting, and we're really excited to hopefully get back to where that scoreboard, kind of shows us what we can, eventually become.
Coach, you have seen these girls, you've worked with these girls for a year now. With having that familiarity, did that make the transition a little bit easier for you going from the assistant to the head job this year?
It did. I think we really got to bond a lot, especially I feel like that's how a lot of assistant coaches feel, is you get kind of, more of that, relationship building. I mean, obviously as a head coach you get that too, but it's kind of that cool assistant, if you will, that kind of gets to vibe with them a bit more. So I feel like I do know their tendencies and, kind of really working right now of where we can best utilize them and where we can really get the most out of them. So, definitely it has made the transition a bit easier, and, working with them in the spring really helped as well. Kind of get to see, what all we can, build upon, and also, what we could correct, kind of in their style of play for this fall.
Transitioning to your coaching staff, going with the familiarity aspect, you do bring back Megan Griffin, who was an assistant with you last year. Kind of talk about that's been like to have Megan as an assistant after working together for a year ago.
Yeah, no, it's super awesome to have Meggers, as I call her, on our squad. She brings a lot of knowledge, and she's kind of our corner unit guru. So, she has worked with them, and she was here actually a year prior to me being here as well.
Oh, okay.
So this is actually her third year. Which is really great. So she knows the players in and out. They can't get away with anything with Meg, which is awesome. Good to have, but she brings so much knowledge coming from a D2 experience as well. She kind of has, that kind of eyesight, and that kind of hockey level knowledge to bring to our D3 program as well. So, she's great. She plans all of our fun activities, and, the girls, they really love her, which is awesome.
Two new coaches in Alexis Damask and Sam Bodo. What do they bring to the program, and how are you going to incorporate them this season on your squad?
Yeah, so super excited to have both of them as well. Sam Bodo, she was a D1 field hockey player, so she brings kind of that D1 knowledge and that insight. She's really working with our team and kind of just our formation, if you will. We're definitely changing kind of what we've done in the past and really kind of revamping our press and our outlets and et cetera, and kind of bringing that D1 intensity kind of to our D3 program. And then with Alexis, she was a D3 student athlete, so she also understands, kind of my background with D3 and kind of working together with the student athletes. So, she'll be helping with fundraising and, basically my right-hand gal with everything. So super pumped to have both of them on with us, and to kind of have all three divisions across the board. I think will really give our student athletes kind of a different experience and kind of, hopefully some more challenging, drills and hockey IQ that we can help, teach them.
I know there were some challenges last year with this group, but you bring back a lot of returners. Lily White, of course, was an all-MAC second team, all-conference player. Morgan Rule's back. Ellie Pruitt, the list goes on. Talk about what you've seen from those girls and how they have progressed as players in your system.
Oh man, Lily has definitely held down our backfield. As you said, accolades galore. She's definitely a solid unit for us, and we definitely rely on her kind of to be the voice from the backfield. She actually just came back from an injury, which was terrifying. We thought maybe something had really happened to her hand, but luckily, thank God, we are in the clear. Thank goodness. But Morgan Rule, she brings a lot of vision. I believe I kind of like to not credit, but kind of joke with her. Her role model is Erin Matson, and so we always kind of compare her and encourage her to play like Erin Matson. And she's definitely really taken on that role, and really her vision and her work ethic is really something that sets her apart. And then Ellie Pruitt, same with her. She's definitely one who's really stepped up this season, especially for us. We've been working her in at that left forward position. Her speed is just something that's unmatched, and definitely something that we're really trying to utilize to the best of our advantage. But she's also a laxer, so she's one that we have to share, but definitely one that we're super excited to have when we have her.
Having Abbey back in goal too, that's got to feel pretty good as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah, she's a rock star for us. Super pumped to have her. Excited to have Kate Hall join us as well, as a freshman coming in, but definitely really pumped to have Abbey. She's just a steady, solid player back there in the backfield, and she's so coachable. She's one of those girls that you could tell her to jump and she'd say how high. So it's really awesome to have those types of athletes on your team, and just she's also a captain for us this season. So really cool to have that role model and that leadership for the girls.
And looking at your recruiting class, it seems like you added a lot of forwards and a lot of scoring. Talk about your new girls and how they have transitioned to field hockey and what you've seen from them this offseason.
Oh, our new girls are doing great. We are relying a lot on our freshmen to kind of help us out, really bring that attack mentality that, we may have been lacking in the past, and we definitely are hoping to give a bit more rotation and subs on our forward line so we can keep that high intensity and that high energy level that we're really, expecting of our kids. Our girls have really been stepping up to the plate, and I want to say that's really credit due to our captains and kind of, the culture that they're trying to also create and, have, in our shift in our program. So, all credit to the girls, but definitely, our freshmen are really stepping up and trying to fill some big gaps for us. So, but they're doing awesome.
What have you worked on this off season? Without going into too much detail, what things have you been focusing on with this group?
So this isn't too tactical, but my number one thing is kind of effort. We have this new tagline, Eagle mentality, and that's my biggest thing as a coach is just they're all out effort. We want to see it no matter what you're doing on the field, off the field, and I think that's really resonated with the girls. You only get 60 minutes out there, so give it everything you have. So we've been really working on that, just kind of our game plan and our game philosophy and the style of our play. Kind of what we are expecting of them, and kind of what they expect of each other and of themselves, and kind of that accountability aspect too of what do we want to be known for. So definitely working on just game plan, different types of philosophies that we're bringing to the table, new ideas, but also incorporating a lot of fun along the way.
Working under Coach Azzarano last year and you heading into your first year as head coach, what kind of culture are you looking to build with this program going forward?
I'm just trying to build, I believe, just a culture that, kind of sets us apart. I really would love one that, is obviously, loving for the game and loving of each other, but also, just one, like I kind of touched upon, just effort. I want to be known as the team that we don't give up, no matter what the score is, no matter, if you're on the field, if you're in, the classroom, whatever you do it to the best of your ability, because at the end of the day, you can walk away saying, I gave it everything I had. So that's kind of the culture that we're really trying to create, and just also reminding the girls the sky's the limit. Nobody can ever put a cap to you, and no matter what rankings you may be, you can always prove people wrong. So kind of just giving that culture shift of you are basically in control of your destiny, if you will.
Heading into your first game as Eastern Field Hockey's head coach, are you feeling nervous? Are you excited? Kind of talk about your feelings and what you're feeling heading into tomorrow at Immaculata, and then on Saturday at home here against Haverford.
If you asked me this question about 2 weeks ago, my eye was twitching. I think my laptop is non-stop twitching, but I'm definitely feeling a lot more prepared, a lot more ready. I think our girls, we had a pretty tough preseason, but they really rose to the challenge and, rose to every occasion that we kind of put them up to. We worked on our mental toughness and, doing things when we're fatigued. So I think we're very prepared on that aspect. My staff has helped tremendously with really cutting film and, scouting our opponents. So I'm looking forward to, going into Immaculata, hopefully after practice tonight, really being solid, and our girls really understanding our game plan and kind of our keys to victory of going into our game. But yeah, definitely very confident. My eye's not twitching anymore, so that's great. Yeah, definitely very, very confident for sure.
Coach Kemble, thank you so much for your time. I have one more question. I always feel like this one's kind of the toughest to answer, but looking at this team, what you have, the work you've put in, what are your goals and expectations for this group this coming fall?
I just want us to give it everything we have, honestly. You know, like I said before, my number one thing from them is just giving it their all-out effort. You know, I think there's obviously going to be a lot to look on this season and a lot to build upon, being that we do have a lot of fresh, you know, players and a lot of new incomers coming into our program. So, you know, definitely, I just really want them to, you know, just give it everything we have, so at the end of the season we can look back and say, you know what, we gave it our all, and that's that. So then we can hit the ground running for next year.